This week, on Days of Our Steelers, the Steel City looks for answers and scapegoats as a premature celebration was offsides and brought about a brutal implosion. Despite remaining control of their own destiny, these last two losses have put a dent in the team's January ambitions. Regardless, a sense of calm has remained with the organization, in the belief that the choke job against the Chargers was just a fluke. Offensive coordinator and Ben's puppet Randy Fichtner has taken some heat for neglecting the running game to such an extent. Even without Le'Veon, it has still been potent with Connor this season. Captain Fatfuck tells the critics to comb their tits about the run-to-pass ratio. Big Ben needs to pad his stats and just think of all of that juicy high-end talent to salivate at. The Steelers are not Thanos. They do not give a shit about any sort of balance. In the meantime, some have questioned whether there may be a rift between the Diva and Big Ben. Captain Fatfuck, being the great leader of men that he is, went on his radio show to state that the drama between him and AB is overblown. The Steelers have bigger issues to deal with next week. The main one is being without James Conner. With this injury, the running back core is now incredibly thin, with a certain prodigal son being MIA. They now start a rookie who was converted from tight end in a timeshare with a guy who is mostly used during garbage time. Despite this misfortune, the Black and Gold Brigade faces the closest thing to a softball opponent in the Oakland Raiders, a team in the midst of a chaotic freefall and despotic assumption of power. At 2-10, they are one of the worst teams in the league, but there is significant danger in this trip to California. The Raiders have been the equivalent of death to the team. Pittsburgh has not won there since 1995, and Big Ben has been snake-bitten against them. The main connection, Oakland has been utterly putrid when they've beaten the Steelers. The ghosts of Andrew Walter, Bruce Gradkowski, and Terrell Pryor haunted their nightmares for years. Even with this danger, they have everything to gain with the win. The Baltimore Ravens nearly upended the Chiefs, but couldn't keep up and lost. The Houston Texans also lost. The New England Patriots losing in incredibly humiliating fashion. This play will now be uploaded to Pornhub and become trending for weeks at a time. A victory will mean a chance at a first-round bye once again. The time has come for Pittsburgh to be sharp. Or just let the Raiders push down the field with minimal resistance. It is a narrative that has replayed itself repeatedly throughout the year. The Steelers coming out flatter than a map. Perhaps they can use it to find their lost offense once again. Methinks they should simply invest in a leash if it keeps vanishing like this. The lingering fears are now starting to sink into the fans' minds. Perhaps the Steelers overlooked yet another opponent, but let's forget about that, they scored a touchdown. All is well in the Black and Gold Brigade. Even as the Raiders kick another field goal, they can't stop taking penalties. Chris Boswell has been so automatic that he malfunctions and misses another field goal. Dude, seriously, what the fuck? Even as everyone is now questioning Boswell's ability after a contract extension, the glorious high-end talent comes to save the day. They bombastically strut down the field with peacock feathers and cringeworthy Fortnite dances in hand. All is well. The fans may be able to come out of their caves again. There may be hope for a Super Bowl just yet. As halftime commences, the game is close, but the Steelers are looking to put it away. There is only one thing missing: Captain Fatfuck. He has suffered something involving his ribs and is not in the game. Thus, they rely on their second-year backup Josh Dobbs to bring them to absolutely nothing. Even as the running game is a complete joke at this point, the Black and Gold Brigade chooses to focus on the passing attack. It falls into the black hole. The Steelers are going nowhere. Despite this offensive ineptitude, the Raiders are too eager to lose the game on their own. Derek Carr turns the ball over as the Steel Curtain openly celebrates their good fortune with a team pose. As they get the ball back, the new QB gives it right back to them with an interception. Strangely enough, Captain Fatfuck is on the sidelines, but is not in the game for whatever reason. Perhaps they're still trying to get the right cleats on Ryan Switzer to care. The worst fears have been realized. The Steelers are once again playing down to their competition. Some may say that this one is due to injuries, but that doesn't explain the terrible play calling or execution. Aren't you guys just so proud? Look at this fucking defense bend. Look at them give up insatiable yardage to a team with rookie tackles, faded skill players, and the shattered dreams of what was once a quarterback. They burned 8 fucking minutes on a touchdown drive. You couldn't stop this fucking outfit, are you shitting me? Oh, so now we see Captain Fatfuck come into the game. When everything is falling to shit so talent can bail us out again. They do. Beautiful talent as far as the eye can see. Even the defense is doing fucking nothing. They're straight up putting a boot up their asses. You're seriously trying to tell me that this team was prepared? They haven't learned a fucking thing. I don't think Oakland's going to win, but Jesus, fuck, this is horrible. By the way, can someone please explain to me how Mike Tomlin still can't manage a game clock? Jesus Jesus Christ, it's going to happen. The Steelers losing a football game to a glorified college team. Did they not realize that the Raiders weren't just going to fucking lie down and die? But wait, here comes the high-end talent.
Here I come to save the day.
It's going to mask all of their worthless failure in this game, and everyone's going to ignore the glaring issues. Just pull off the bullshit already.
Good hold. And the kick is blocked. And the Raiders have beaten the Steelers.
Are you fucking kidding me? All that flash and trickery to lose like that? What the hell happened to Boswell? The dude was fucking automatic last year, and now he's treating the field like a water slide. Are you sure it wasn't just Switzer with the cleat fuck up? Fucking hell, this team is a joke. I can't honestly be shocked or surprised as most of you are. There was a part of my mind thinking that they were going to fuck this up, and by God they did. The Steelers pull this shit every goddamn year. It's hard to be angry when it's a tradition dating back to the days of Cower. Even then, the bar's lower than ever. You guys lost to the Raiders. This team has been openly punting the season since August and outright dominated in most games they've played. You were defeated by the NFL equivalent of Rutgers. A golden opportunity completely fucking squandered because the team chose to be cocky and arrogant like they always are. 12 years, Tomlin. 12 years in this league as a coach and you still don't know how to manage a fucking game clock. Why didn't you go your last time out? Why didn't you try anything different offensively? Why the fuck can't the defense cover a tight end if their lives depended on it? What are they gonna do against Gronk? Put Vance McDonald in coverage? Why the living hell was one of your best offensive weapons on the goddamn sideline while the offense was struggling?
You know, he got looked at halftime. He got treatment. He came back out. We were waiting to see if he was going to be able to come back in. He was. Probably could have come in a series or so sooner, but we were in the rhythm in Florida game.
Okay, Tomlin, I'm going to pretend that I did not hear that because I could have sworn you just indicted yourself for utter incompetence. So please, let me clear my ears. Explain yourself, Mike.
Probably could have come in a series or so sooner, but we were in the rhythm in Florida game.
You have got to be fucking shitting me. What the fuck kind of reasoning is that? Rhythm and flow? What goddamn flow? I saw a lot of terrible and dog shit if you could call that a flow. That offense had about as much rhythm as a Yinzer after 15 IC lights. This shit is grounds for being fired. I expect this sort of ineptitude from Hugh Jackson, that's how bad this looks. Look at this guy firing off every cliche in the book about fundamentals and the standard being the standard and not living in our fears because we're going to jump off this ledge into a pile of spikes. This shit all adds up. The overconfidence in your schemes, the way the players are acting, the way everyone dismissed Oakland as inferior on the team. You looked past your opponent again, didn't you? Did you learn anything from Jacksonville? How much of a cheerleader are you? At this point, you're Baghdad Bob pretending everything is fine as there's drama coming out of this organization every fucking week. How the fuck don't you know if a player's the right fucking cleats before the game? It's a lack of focus to detail, just like every other year. Now they get to potentially be in the shit with New England and New Orleans coming up. High-end talent can't bail you out forever, Mike. Just ask the other Mike from Green Bay how piggybacking off Aaron Rodgers worked out for him. You better be thankful that the Steelers don't fire coaches or else you'd be out on your ass soon. This team fucking sucks. A fucking X-ray machine? That's your fucking excuse?